Good morning, everybody. Wow, what a nice sunny day to actually start it on. Now, one of the reasons I actually come out in the morning, I just thought I'd share this based on a conversation I had with my friend Joe, who watched these videos, just to quickly break down the circadian rhythm. So one thing that's really valuable for you to do if you can is in the first 30 minutes of being awake, to just try and get outside. Ross is here now. To just try and get outside as early as possible. So actually being in the sunlight, what sunlight's supposed to do, so it's Dr. Andrew Huberman that I've heard on a podcast talk about this before, and a few others. It's basically the earlier you get outside before looking at phone screens or before essentially being in natural light as early as possible, it helps your sleep pattern. What? He's getting grounding as well. Not grounding. Grounding's when you walk outside without your shoes on, which actually I'm going to do as well because I've not got any socks on. So, at grass, yeah. So, I'm just about get ready to go to my mindful session. And then today, what I'm going to do with Marge is going to organise a few bits for the kilo sale, keep the advertisement on the content going. But most importantly, I think we're just going to make all of the bundles for and make all the systems for all the people who want bulk orders off of live streaming, because obviously as I'm away, we'll go away for a few days, it would still be ideal to get something ticking on. There is an idea back in the back of my mind to upload a few things to the website, or maybe even offer a little bail bundle option on the website as well. So not just upload individual items, but maybe something that while I'm gone, I can at least push that in the background for anybody who wants it. But I'm not trying to do too many things. When I go away, I'll go away. When I go and tour the UK, a part of it's going to be wanting to continue writing my book in the free time I've got, plus just visiting charity shops and all these different sort of bits. So yeah, going to go to this mindful session, just enjoy another 5-10 minutes of just being outside in the sun, just making the most of it, waking up. Video's edited for today, so that's all ready, 35 minutes long. Well, that's good, man. These moments are good. This is a moment of it being good. So yeah, grateful. We woke up, we're winning, we're not sinning, we're grinning. Big love. You know what? I've just had my mindful session. Mate, it is so good to just spend an hour and a half chatting to somebody. And this is somebody who I've built a good relationship of doing this for the last 7 to 8 months. It's just good. This sort of two things to leave you with, some things I've probably left you with already on a different videos. It's just wherever you are right now is where you're supposed to be. And I know that sometimes life, you just be oh God, this doesn't help my thing, but it does. It's grounding. It's wherever you are right now, you're supposed to be. Stop trying to chase where you're not. Stop trying to think about where you were before. You're here now, enjoying now. And I think that there's real beauty in that just state of mind. And then that other kind of sense of being where it's 24 hours at a time. Whether you are somebody who has 24 lots of 1 hour a day, whether you're somebody who breaks it into 2 days per time, whatever it is, you got the 24 hours, and it's just each day, just trying to be either a better version of yourself, trying to just be a nice version of yourself, just going through life in a good state. Minus that right now, your boy has not had a single coffee, single bit of scran. My stomach's actually aggressively shouting at me. It's going, "Oi, give me some food." So yeah, we're gonna see if I get something else more explorative than a banana. I'm currently thinking, am I gonna put a coat on? I think I am. That was real pointless share, wasn't it? Oh my God, I've had I think this cake is the what's it? It's quite solid to eat, but basically just been sorting it out. Shout out to you, Izzy. Shout out to I forgot the other one that we're sorting out. 2 at the minute that we're getting in the process of doing. Basically getting all these bundles underway. So we're going to do that today because essentially I want to get a little bit of a system for that. Although what I will say is coffee shops are very noisy. So I'm going to leave this as is and come back. Okay, but just before I actually go, I just thought I'll come in here for a second, even though it looks quite... do that. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Not too bad, are you?
Yeah, good.
Good, good, good. Right, hang on. We've got the coffee on a flipping to-go cup. It's way easier. But oh, I just realised this copyright music is going to absolutely long me out, so I can't keep it on for too much. But just so you know, not much going on. For all my mindful peeps, remember, today is the tomorrow you worried about yesterday. I just like little messages like that. I think that they're just so important to actually, like, I don't know, they're just important to like be aware of, be mindful of, because I know that like everyone just gets bogged down in life and we all just get busy in it, and it's fair enough to get busy, but it is just like remembering that every 24 hours is just like a natural reset of like, do whatever you want each 24 hours if you want. I mean, I know that everybody can't because you've got jobs and you've got obligations and you've got things you've worked on, obviously, but just the 24 hours of time mindset, I just think is just good to try and like adopt to some part of your life, because it might just make you live that 24 hours a little bit better, and as a result you might just make better decisions about the thing that you worried about yesterday. So these things are just all little mindful things. You can tell I've had mindful coaching today. Yeah, we're gonna get to work, make these bundles, and yeah, just to see what else is in store as a result of that, to be honest. Right. Well, I was going to actually come up here a moment and get something. I can't even say good morning anymore. Wow, good morning. Look at these two guys. Yeah, they've already been told I'm going to put them on camera. How are we doing, ladies? We all right? What did you say we're up to right now? So we're just preparing for kilos. What you up to? Tell me, what's going on? What's going on?
We are clearing all these bags.
I like it, yeah.
Preparation for kilo.
That's it, kilo sale this Saturday.
Men's and ladies.
Absolutely getting organised. So all these rails up here. So this is the women's wear up here, and then down here is menswear. What?
Menswear to the right.
Menswear to the right. See, she's got it. She's got it there. She's got it up there for what's it, and down there for dancing. But no, I was going to come up here and grab some of these bags, because what I'm going to do right now is create some of these bail orders that I've got for some of the people from Tilt. So I'm going to do this one. I've got a 30 kilo branded one that I'm going to build up, and I'm going to see what that's looking like and coming through with. So let me take this one and have a little look. Unfortunately, I can't do too many videos in here just because right now music's playing and all that sort of stuff. But I'm going to be doing the bundles later on, and then what we're going to do now is just prepare some of these bundles. So I will show you the aftermath of some of the bundles, potentially or potentially not. Honestly, this woman isn't always working and I'm not always just filming. I have been doing some stuff, but I'll be honest with you guys, a little bit of a confidential conversation we've been having, but it comes back to what I said today, the abundance mindset and the lack. I'm not going to spiel all this off to Marge again because I've just done it, but I wanted to talk about something because firstly, we've been getting some bits together. So shout out to Izzy. That was it, sorry. That's the first one that's been going through, getting that bail sorted, and I got a couple other ones. Remember guys, if you do want any of the bail stuff, just drop a comment or send me a message on TikTok life@Gully, and I can get that blessed and no stressed for you. But no, wanted to talk about this point with suppliers, right? So like, one of the things that's been going on, I made a video yesterday on TikTok. Someone must have asked me, they said, why don't you ever buy anything from the charity shops? And I was like,
oh yeah, I saw that.
yeah.
Interesting.
So somebody said, why don't you ever buy anything from the charity shops? And I think my video, I mean, it got a few views and a few bits of attention on it. And I was thinking, because of like how I actually buy things, obviously when you answer that, you open up another thing. And, you know, a lot of the curiosity people have is like, so what does landfill mean? And it's as a byproduct of one part of the business, we do save things from rag yards, from donation centres, from reuse tips and centres like that. And that's why I showcase all parts of those bits of the journey, because that's like parts and parcels of where we get it from. But like, the thing is what we try and always like accentuate with people is like, you want to get the cheaper stuff, you want to be sustainable. As a result, you got to take shit you don't want. And this isn't to fire shots at anybody who just takes purely branded and stuff. I hope that over time you find the confidence to find the curiosity, should I say, to sell unbranded, because when you get to the other side of it, like Marge, like she just said, like I built a top 15 store on Depop. This is the sort of carcass of it at the minute, because obviously as lots of things move about, I've gone into that. Just FYI, it didn't become unsuccessful, that's why I stopped. Everything else became a lot more prioritized, and as a result I had to pull that back in. So that was why it was, but that was all unbranded. Anyway, the point I wanted to get to really quickly is I saw a comment, or I saw a video from somebody called Sam. He's a reseller as well, and he does bit tips and stuff on TikTok. So if you see this, what's good, man? But he made a point and a comment, and I read and overlooked that, because he put up this thing and saying basically the prices that he paid from a wholesaler, individual items, they didn't look that bad. I think he said that they were quite high, like it was like £8 for like Ralph Lauren quarter zips and a few other prices. I didn't think they were that bad, but I think it was like handpicked nature. And he put a comment saying, "This looks like I'm back to the car boots and the charity shops." And I was just saying this to Marge now. It's like, it's very interesting how this is the full circle thing. And I think actually people going back to car boots and charity shops from wholesalers reinforces why they're not sustainable. And like in of itself, that's the question it answers, because if they were sustainable, you'd keep going back to those. But I do think that one of the biggest problems they have is that they allow you the opportunity to buy just one type of item. You should never be able to just buy branded sweats. You should never be able to just buy North Face fleeces, because as a product of that, you're just taking everything else out.
I mean, what would also make it cheaper is if the government took off the VAT off second-hand bloody clothing.
Yeah.
Paid your VAT and it once. And so resellers might have to put things up a little bit higher because they have VAT bills and stuff to pay. And it should be, if you're in a sustainable business, you should get your utility bills should be cheaper. Your rent should have some sort of thing. If you are actually trying to be part of the solution, not the problem, you as the business should get some government relief.
You know, there's
that's what they're telling us all to be.
There is like, actually somebody's asked this before. They've actually said, hang on, just stand this way again. Right. Someone did say this before. They said recently, like, oh, I want some tips on like the financial things, how it works. It's not complicated. I mean, the simplest thing is like, you just make sure to spend all the money within the business so you don't pay any real like tax on profit. As a result, your life will be the version of your life that you live as a result of that. Like, if you're going to go and buy fancy shit and stuff, you're going to pay high tax. But there is, going back to the VAT thing, you know, there's this flat rate VAT that you do where it's like a 7% on everything you earn, up to a certain point of what you earn. So it's not, there's such a thing. Shout out to my friend Daniel, who's not referred to as Daniel, but for the sake of not saying it in that abbreviated way, I'm just going to say Daniel. It's just giving me the intel on like flat rate VAT. So you actually only pay 7%, and it's a completely different form of VAT.
I think that's also sort of like when you become a limited business and whatever, you pay less. And that's it. If you don't want to be VAT registered, then what you do is you only get up to about £80,000 in your income. Shut that business, start a new one. Just call it whatever your business. If your business is called Winnie the Pooh, call yourself Winnie the Pooh 2, Winnie the Pooh 3, until you get to 80 grand. Got to play them at their own game.
No, exactly. You do have to play them at their own game. And I tell you right now, guys, like, because I think these videos are always good with transparency. Somebody said to me recently, they're like, I think everybody at this point watches these videos because there's just no shit. It's just straight to the point with what's talking about. Like, the government absolutely snuffed us with the way that we did things. Snuffed it so much so, like, the company that I closed initially owed me an excess of a good amount of money because I never really took money out of it. You can see all this on like Company's House, by the way, so you can see like it's actually not bullshit. Like, there was like a lot of money that I should have paid myself out of the business, but I put it back into it to keep the business going. And HMRC threw me a £90,000 bill for basically complete shit, for something that they paid us out for. And then they paid us out for this thing that you're allowed to claim as a part of business during the struggles. We claimed it, and then a year later, they basically said that the claim was false. And they said that because the claim I'd made was that I was investing a lot in the website's SEO, I was investing a lot in building an app. All this at the same time was that I've got to stay afloat by basically competing with the competition. They came back after a year and a half of us spending the money and using it for the facilities that we'd mentioned to say, oh no, you can get apps for free. You don't have to pay for that. So as a result, the 90 grand, plus £9,000 penalty for the audacity to put it in. So yeah, when we talk about like HMRC, we talk about the government and stuff. My process, guys, honestly, is
yeah, you switched a bit.
Yeah, no, I know. You know what? Not actually intending to be like that. Not intending to be like that. We are happy smiles. This is all just to give you information. But what I would say as a tip for me to you guys is, if you're running a business, be happy with a life that you can live that's minimized. Use all the money you can turn over to spend money on things. You know, buying a phone for content, which is the one that I'm watching on right now. Going for coffees as business meetings. Like, these are things that you can do as a byproduct of what you're doing.
Make it part of your
Make it a part of your life.
Enjoyable. But if you do want to go out and smash it and make millions, Then good luck to you. Absolutely good luck to you. And get yourself a really, really, really good accountant and lawyer.
And that's not to say there was nothing wrong with our last
No,
accountant.
but it's-
Well, there was a problem with one of them, but we don't need to go into that. We don't need to give people the satisfaction that they definitely don't need.
No, but you want somebody that's what I said. I wanted Boris Johnson as accountant because he didn't pay anything.
Okay, and on that note, I told you Marge has zero filter. I mean, I don't have filter, but this woman doesn't either. No, we aren't resentful over the situation, and if anything, I just think this is like a golden opportunity. If I was meant to be the king of vintage and doing all that stuff, the universe would have blessed me with those openings, those doors, and that situation. But realistically, it's time for me.
Oh, we're happier now.
Yeah, we're happier, we're more content. Honestly, guys, I like being around middle-aged women, around clothes, making content, having coffee, chilling out. Life is so quick. I literally used this analogy to my friend the other day, last night, and I was just like, it was actually quite sad when I did it. I said, life is a little bit like just grabbing a pile of sand, right, and just like letting it slowly seep through your fingers. Like a lot of the things you do, like it's already too late. You've like made decisions you can't go back on, and like that pile of sand, if you think about your life like that and like how precious it is, I know it's a little bit corny, but it is like quite mindful. Like it's gonna go. Like you're gonna turn around and you're gonna see more sand go and stuff. So just try and like. Me now is like, I'm so good, I'm 30 and I've had a business that failed and like grew and then blew up in terms of blew up, did well, and then came down because it got to like, I got to realign with the value of what's important. And it is actually,
By 30, you'd learn an awful lot of life lessons that people take till they're 60, 70 before they learn. So
yeah, and that's why I'm mindful at 30. Honestly, about 6 months ago, I was looking for silent retreats to do in like Thailand. I didn't know if I was going to do it. Couldn't make content while you're being silent, but there's been process to it. Anyway, let's go and get 8.5 minutes on this clip. Lovely stuff. Shout out to the big clips. Honestly, make sure to like and comment on this because, come on, just keep it moving. Come on. If you got this far, just pause and just go like. You don't have to comment.
Some love.
Yeah, man. Right, me and Marge just going for a coffee. So I thought I'd just show you some of the unbranded stuff that we've just pulled out. Now, this is a little bit inspired by everybody that's recently kind of like, I'm getting a feel that a lot of people don't want to try branded. So I'm going to give you some quick tips for things, okay? And there might be certain things that we can do where, like, look, I'd love to say, make a cartoon and branded and stuff great like that. But like, they're the 3 arms I found from a whole bale. So do you know what I mean? But these sort of things, let me just give you little tips straight away, just like off the bat, okay? Like things like this will work on live stream selling platforms. If there's a big resurgence of people loving the nostalgia, but not being able to afford the sort of actual vintage. Like these t-shirts, say we sold them in our bales at $4.50 a kilo to you guys, you could easily get like a $5 a piece for these on live streams. Some of them even like a tenner. Like you could probably get, I've sold SpongeBob hoodies for like 20 quid before. It's just all about how you do it. So even with these bits, for me, I would maybe try them on and just do them like that. Or I'd put them on Depop and I'd sell them individually like that. I'd just literally call it Beatles graphic brand tee and do something like that. And just list it for cheap. But the unbranded bits, the sort of bits where you look at and you go, what am I going to do with them? What am I going to do with a River Island jumper? You're going to put it on Vinted. River Island sells better on Vinted. James Pringle, Vinted. What am I going to do with this battered one? You're going to put it on Depop for 10 quid. So this is the thing, right, is it might get to a point where, like, with our rags and reworks, we might make a grade C that's like £2 a kilo because obviously it's like the wasted stuff. And you can get this, try and fix it and sort it out. Because you look at this, right, this, in this condition right now, is maybe a reach at a tenner. It's got bleach marks, it's got all this. If you thought, right, let me put this in a wash, let me do it on a deeper heat, let me just give it a go, and let me just maybe try and add, that is bleach, so that's not anything else. So you might want to dye it, take the drawstrings out, and then it wouldn't dye that. You could actually turn this from a £10, like, that might take a month to get you a tenner at that, to potentially like 28 to 30 quid, because it's one of like I think it's part of the Nike Sportswear, so not the athletic department stuff, but it sits around the 202 to 207 year, 2002 to 2007. You know, it's all about looking at stuff. I look at things right now and I go, how am I going to sell this? Marks & Spencer blazer jacket, eBay. The smarter the item, like this, Depop. This, Depop. This, eBay. This, Vinted. This, Vinted. This, Depop. This, eBay. This, Vinted. This, Depop. This, live stream. Okay, so you kind of like get a little gauge. That's like a little look into some of them. Like the aim of the game for me is to each day hopefully just give, it's hopefully to give a few more tips into it. Like we're doing a lot of different things. You what?
I left my handbag down there.
You found it?
Yeah, I left it down there on the washing
Oh, let me just see if...
got the keys there.
Huh? She got the keys. All right. 1 sec. But yeah, that's what we're doing right now. Time is just before 2:30. Me and Margarine, we just finished. We just went for a quick coffee and a little sit down. And what I'm thinking to do is I've got to be back for about 4 o'clock for Royal Mail. And I've also got to pick up at 5:45. I believe this will be the 5:45 pickup. She's not put anything on here, but this is what I think she weighed for the person that's going to pick up with the order. So yeah, I'm going to go and hit the gym quickly and then come back, thinking I'm going to do a live at about 6 o'clock. So I'm going to do one at 6 because I've got some individual items today. Yeah, I've got some individual bits. I'm thinking as well, if not, I might do some of these bundles, but I might charge them at a bit of a higher price with £3.50 shipping. But I think what I'll do is I'm just going to go through and do some individual items and just chop them up for a bit, see what we've got going on. And like, to be honest with you, it'd be nice to sit on the live and like try and sell about 50 items in like a live stream capacity. I've got like t-shirts and things like this, but yeah, what I'm seeing at the moment, that's a nice one. I know somebody definitely in here that would like that. It's a size small, but it looks like a long one, Darius. I'm talking to you, my man. Yeah, double extra large. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to come back for 6 o'clock, and then I'm going to do it from about 6 till about 7:30. Chop all that through. I've got some bundles in there as well. So, yeah, all is good. You join me at this time, at like 35 minutes past 5. I'll tell you what right now. It's been a little bit like... There's been a few little bits we've been doing. So I went to the gym and then I came back and I was like, right, okay, what am I going to do now? There's no such thing as like not filling the time up. So what I did is I did some lives, did some bales sorting out and did that kind of stuff. But now I'm in a position where right now I've got somebody coming to pick up some bales, which I'm going to sort out and organise now, take them outside, and then at 6, do a live for literally, I think, probably do a live for these little bits. So, be back. Oh, shout out to Izzy, man. She just came through, grabbed her bits, and yeah, we like that. I like, you know what it is, so shout out to you, and shout out to your boyfriend, who hopefully he's going to get into some trainer selling. So, I like helping out people that are good people. You know, like the law of it is, there's like certain people that have bought, and you know exactly who you are because you're just good people, and we've got that good rapport. But like, those people... I want to invest in more to help them, whether it's giving you more stock and giving you the tips along the way and helping that, you know, as long as it's like, one of my main things is if I give advice out, I just want there to be some sort of reciprocated reward on my side. So if I was to help people with tips, I'd probably just want to be making sure that I was selling the stuff to help them sell that stuff. So if I'm selling you the stuff and telling you and helping you on how to do it, there's obviously like a semi-low-key premium. Not premium, but you know what I mean. Anyway, talk is cheap, and it's time to start selling these for cheap. So you will see me in a mosey, and let's get this going. Just like that, my peoples and equals, we are done. It is 7:25, and that's what we're doing. 7:20, that's what we're doing. We just finished. So, been the first live in a while, which was kind of interesting. Like, I say the first time, like, I feel like after the big rant that was had, and like the kind of, I guess the reaction from some of those that didn't know what they were buying wasn't exactly the best output for us. I needed to take a minute and just think about things before I sort of acted on them. You know, when you kind of think, I want to just like process this feeling and understand like how to react to this feeling whilst looking for a jumper that I can put on so that... that one will do, hang on. What is funny is this is actually a Nike Tech that I didn't realise that I had in the kitchen that I wanted to actually take for myself. So yeah, the kitchen is a shambles, everywhere's a bit of a mess, but that's how we like it. So yeah, these were the items. Oh, these ones. Wait, what the flipping heck's going on, Spen? Oh, these ones? Nope, these ones, the last one. So these were the ones that sold today, and it was quiet on the ground. Like, I think this one sold for like 7 or 8 quid. It's just about the immediacy of it. You think, I came on, I did no advertisement. Like, the whole purpose of doing it and doing it successfully is people have to know what you've got coming. So I'm obviously very scatty. I just route it around like parts of my time. And that was the amalgamation of it. Anyway, last shot and send it off. Yeah, I'm going to send this one as the last one. Let's have a little walk outside. It's quite nice outside, isn't it? Well, actually, I think it looks like it's starting to rain. So yeah, if you're somebody who's in the UK right now, the weather is, well, it's not as consistent as these daily YouTube uploads, that's for sure. Look at that cloud shit over there, sunny sky over there. It's just a bit of life, isn't it? There's always going to be a nice part of the day and a bad part of the day. But you exist in both parts of them. Ooh, that sounded deep, didn't it? You know what? My meditation classes you can book into. Guys, just to realise, let me just get all my stuff. So, live was good, man. It's live was good, the life is good, all that sort of stuff. But no, it's, you know, like if you wanted to do press-ups, right? The first day you do them, you're going to just do like 2 or 3, aren't you? And then you're not going to, like, you're going to slowly like compound and build up. My really unarticulated way of saying that when you take a few days off doing the thing that you're normally used to doing, it's always like an adjusting thing to it. You ever had it where like you've gone on holiday and you've drove to the airport, but like you've left your car there for a week, you've thought, I'm not going to drive. But then you're like, oh my God, I forget how much like driving every day helps you learn the skill of just maintaining it, I suppose. So yeah, just sort of not rusty, because obviously, as you know, you boys talking to this flipping camera, you guys, by all means of live streams, videos, TikToks, the rest of it, you know, we live in cameras. And to be honest with you, I'm quite happy living in a camera. It's a bit like, it's almost like a little mini bubble. Well, it's definitely a bubble. Anyway, so today's been good. It's been a little bit of like I don't know, it's been a bit of like this and that. It's been like, I haven't really gravitated towards something massively, but I'm not unhappy with the day. Like, things have gone well. We've had bundles go out. We've had stuff been picked up from Royal Mail, parcel force, you know, all the normal bits and bobs. It's all good. Gym got secured. Coffees have been secured. The clouds look like they're about to absolutely gush it down. And I think I'm going to go and get myself a chicken shawarma because I've got it on the brain. I've got it on the brain, and I want to have it on my lips in the least strange way of saying that. So yeah, guys, whatever you're doing, stay safe, stay sustainable, keep doing you. I have a whole lot coming, so keep it coming on the comments and stuff like that. And the giveaway that I mentioned before is coming soon, so I'm going to just get that organised ASAP Rocky. So right, lots of love. Catch you on the next one.